like an echo chamber inside of a fuselage. And he's got the headgear on. He is waving outside the cockpit when you wave like crazy. Back to Bill Left, that is the equivalent of airshow applause. Okay, with afterburner on, we got Randy Ball from your right to your left. We got Bill Left from your left to your right. Randy is in the air, the afterburner is on. And let me tell you about this dynamic pilot and this great aircraft. In the early days of jets, the enemy's first fighter was the swept-wing MiG-17. This fighter that Randy is flying high up to your left was in fact the second or improved version of that airplane, the MiG-17. There are only 3 to 4 like them in the United States today, and the most active in the world of demonstration is this man, Randy Ball. He is a 5th generation Texas from a small ranching community out in the hinterland. In fact, his high school graduation class was a mere total 29 individuals. But as a child, he was captivated by the stories of his great uncle, who told him stories about crewing on a B-17. His uncle Gilbert. And that started his aviation career. Look over your left shoulder. I wanted to show you some things in the airplane. See the swept wing? That was to be the key to success in speed of jet aircraft. Until we got the captured German aeronautical data after World War II. They're the ones that had done the research to show that the swept wing reduces the onset of compressibility, which is like a speed break in the sky. So ours was the F-86, theirs was the MiG-17. Both had 35-degree swept wings. Both were very similar, even in looks. Distinctive but similar. Why? We had both remade the Soviets, and I said, both copied the Germans. Now, Randy Ball coming in, there's another thing I want to show you. That's a 45-degree wing sweep. Yet out of the tip, it actually comes forward to 42 degrees. Using the same thrust of the engine that came out of the MiG-15, without afterburner, they actually, because of the improved design built in by the MiG Design Bureau, they got an extra 40 knots of speed out of this airplane. Now that's an astronomical jump. Usually you mark your improvements in 3 and 4 and 5 knot increments, but to get a design that was so improved that you got an extra 40 knots, that's monumental. Now the airplane coming in from your left was too late for the Korean War. It did not see action in the Korean War. The MiG-15 against the F-86 were the major dogfight aircraft, theirs against ours. This, however, was ready for Vietnam. Into its life, this is the same type of tight turn done by our F-16 pilots. 7.5 sustained G's and not pointing towards the crowd. That is the rule. And that's why Randy Ball wears that pressurized suit, as does the Top Gun jet pilots and the Thunderbird. Randy Ball is currently told by others that he is the highest time American pilot flying any of the Soviet aircraft. He has 1,000 hours of MiG-17 time, very much in demand across the country. Now people sometimes get mad at us. They say, how dare you fly the enemy's aircraft, their former enemy, how dare you fly that at an American air show? And we say this, we won the Cold War. These airplanes wouldn't be here if we didn't win. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in from your left, this is a Cold War trophy, and that's why we have these airplanes in our shores. It also shows that the Soviets, despite what we thought early on, we thought that they had junk airplanes, and we thought they had ill-trained pilots. We were wrong. After the fall of the USSR, many of those pilots came to the U.S. and are now our friends. We got a chance to fly there. jet thrust coming out the tail of the aircraft. When you need it to fly, or when you need it in a dogfight, or when you need it for takeoff, you kick the afterburner in and you inject raw fuel into the tailpipe. Now you get a boost, it's like a supercharger. It's an extra bit of thrust that you get, and it is very impressive. However, you pay the price. The price is a tremendous amount of fuel consumption. All right, look over your right shoulder. Imagine you're being attacked by a MiG-17 in a very competent Soviet or Chinese pilot. And again, look at the sweep of the wings. And look at the fences on the wing. 1, 2, and 3 flat straight. That was an improvement over the MiG-15, as was the additional ventral fin and the additional sweep back, but starting out the same engine. Well, in the Vietnam War, the MiG Design Bureau came out with the MiG-21. It was considered to be lighter and faster than the MiG-17, but guess what? The men who were veterans, the Chinese and Soviet pilots who were veterans in the MiG-17, like the ones flying in on your left by Randy Ball, they said, no, I don't want that new airplane. I want to keep the 17. It's an airplane that I know. I know its characteristics. I know how to handle it. Let somebody else fly the new and improved version. I want one that I know well for air-to-air combat. Right down off the deck, 550 knots. And then pulling just as blue. Oh man. From the Tuskegee Airman Red Nose T-51, tail red nose. All right, Randy Ball coming in from your right. Doug Rosendahl on our announcer stand. We were listening to the radio to see what Randy Ball had in store for us. There's another one of these out in Colorado. However, it is a trainer version of this airplane, another MiG-17. Two-place airplane doesn't quite have the performance of this one. Now again, check the wing sweep and the design of the tail. Any of the straight-wing jets that came out after World War II that were manufactured by us, like the P-80 Shooting Star from Lockheed, and like some of the early North American aviation fighters that had a perpendicular wing